Hello students, in this part we will discuss on sliding filament theory, contraction of muscle. How's the contraction take place in muscle? Contraction of muscle. Contraction of muscle, it is also known as sliding filament theory. Sliding filament theory. What is contraction of muscle? How is contraction of muscle can take place, and what do you mean by sliding filament theory? First of all, sliding filament theory and contraction of muscle was proposed by two set of teams of scientists, or we can say that two teams of scientists. Two teams of scientists. They propose how the muscle contraction can take place. These two teams of scientists were Andrew Hutley and Ralph Niederjerk. This was the first team. And the second team was Hughes Huxley and Gene Hansen. These were the two teams who proposed the sliding filament theory as well as contraction of muscle in 1954. The sliding filament theory was proposed by two teams of the scientists in 1954. How the contraction of muscle can take place? Contraction of muscles take place under the CNS. CNS stands for Central Nervous System. The contraction and relaxation of muscles are always under under the CNS, Central Nervous System. According to the central nervous system, this information or impulses are sent by the motor neuron. Motor neuron transmits the signals. Motor neuron transmits the signals to the muscles. And this is the last one where the synaptic knob present. This motor neuron take the information to the muscles, and at the end synaptic knob burst. As the synaptic knob burst, the neurotransmitter. What do you mean by neurotransmitter? The small impulses which comes from the CNS to the muscles. Here the neurotransmitters burst out. This burstation of synaptic knob takes place due to the excess quantity of calcium ions. And as the calcium ions obtained by the myosin, we have already studied, this is the actin, the band of actin. This one is also band of actin. And a midline through the actin, dark line through the centrally passed actin is known as Z line. This one is Z line, and this one is Z line. Some more actin filaments just to be designed. This is the actin protein, or we can say that this one is I band, and dark band which is present centrally here. This band is called A band, or it is made up of myosin. This whole from here to here, this is called A band. This A band contains some part of I band as well as the myosin, actin and myosin, but only this zone, this one zone where only myosin present, this is called H band. We have already studied about this one like structures, and this is the structure of sarcomere. Sarcomere. As the myosin receive calcium ions, there is cross bridge, a tadpole like head start to arise and start to connect with the actin. Actin is just this one like structures. It is not smooth, it is roughly, in which troponin and tropomyosin bind up. This one is the actin. Here is troponin and tropomyosin. Binded, attached with the actin. As the calcium ions comes here, the concentration of calcium ion increase, troponin and tropomyosins remove from here, and the leaves and the space remains open here. This one here just like structures. Due to the excess concentration of calcium, myosin tadpole like structures just band with the actin. Suppose this is the myosin and above the actin present. As the myosin receives calcium concentration, the myosin make the cross bridge with the actin and it binds with the actin, and it jerks, myosin jerks to the actin and slide it over due to the formation of ATP molecule. As the concentration decrease, myosin again cross bridge breakdown. As the calcium concentration received by the myosin, again cross bridge form and it slide the actin. So sliding filament theory, because actin slide over the myosin. How is the sliding filament theory? Suppose first of all, this is the structure of myosin, and just above the myosin actin is present. Myosin as receive calcium concentration, the tadpole like structures make the cross bridge with the actin here. Cross bridge here. And what is the first step during the sliding muscles? The first step is neurotransmitters is transferred to the muscles with the help of motor neuron in presence of calcium concentration. First of all, the calcium concentration. Due to this calcium concentration, myosin becomes active. Myosin active, the cross bridge with myosin and actin take place. Cross bridge between myosin and actin take place. Due to the cross bridging, ATP molecules synthesize, so myosin jerk करता है actin को, thus the actin slide over the myosin. Myosin jerks the actin. Due to the formation of actin, formation of ATP, we have already studied myosin head is tadpole-like structure which contain ATP binding site. So we can say that the head plate polarized structure of myosin act as ATPase enzyme which synthesize the ATP molecule. Due to the ATP energy, myosin slide the actin, and thus actin slide over myosin. This is the due to this sliding, the muscles start to contract, and this is called sliding filament theory. As calcium concentration becomes down, ATP molecule not synthesized. ATP molecule not synthesized, the cross bridge between the actin and myosin breaks down. Thus, the actin again slide over its natural position. That is the relaxation. So, relaxation and contraction may take place between the help of actin slide over myosin. This is called contraction of muscle. The next, one more important thing is joint. As we know that our body, a human body, is made up of skeletal system which contains different bones, and there are total 206 bones present in human body, which makes the skeletal system. These bones help in make the body structures as well as movement and locomotion. How these muscles help in locomotion and muscle? It means the bones. These bones are connected with each other. The connecting point, we have the one bone attached with the other, one bone attached with the muscle. That connecting point is known as joint. So we can say that joint. The human skeletal system contains 206 bones. These bones help in movement or locomotion. All the bones are connected with each other as well as with the muscles. The bones are connected with each other or muscles. So, the connecting point of bones is called joint. First, there are two types of joint. Firstly, which one? One bone to bone and one bone to muscle. The joint which connect one bone to another, that is called ligament. And the other joint in which one bone connect with muscle, that is called tendon. The joint in which the bones are, or we can say that bone is attached with the muscle, that is called tendon. So, on the basis of joint, bone to bone or bone to muscle, that is called types of joint, and those types of joints are two types, tendon and ligament. But initially, but we can say that there are three types of joints. found in human body. Which one? How the muscles connect with the bones or bone to bone. Those three types of joints are fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint, and synovial joint. Types of joint in human body. There are three types of joints. Which one? Fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint, and synovial joint. How these joints help in locomotion and movement? First one, fibrous joint. As the name shows, these joints are, in these joints, the bones are connected with the fibers. Which one? Collagen fiber. In this, the bones are attached with each other with collagen fiber. Collagen fiber. These joints do not help in movement. Do not help in movement. Or we can say that this type of joint is not in movement. For example, this joint is present in our skull. All the skull 8 bones are connected with each other, that is the collagen fiber, which make a hard structure that is called suture. The skull bone. Skull, how many bones? The skull 8 bones, 4 in one part. And we know that our brain is diencephalon. 4 zones are in left zone and left part, and 4 in right. Those 8 bones are connected with each other, collagen fiber. The skull 8 bones are connected with each other collagen fibers that makes the hard structure called suture. S-U-T-U-R-E, suture. This type of joint cannot be help in movement. This joint cannot be moved a little bit. There is no movement can take place this type of joint. And second one is cartilaginous joint. As the name shows, cartilage. Cartilage are the bones which are flexible. These are the flexible bones joints. So this joint help in a little movement in the body. The joint which, or we can say in which cartilage connect the bones with each other. The cartilage also contain small white collagen. The cartilage also contain a little or a small quantity of white collagen. So this joint or these type of joints help a little bit movement. This type of joint may be present in ribs as well as in pelvic region. The joint can be seen in ribs and pelvic girdle. And third type of joint is known as synovial joint. Synovial joints are help in movement. So all the body parts move under the synovial joint. This joint help the body in movement. All the movement body skeletal system contains synovial joints. For example, in our elbow, shoulder, knee, and all the body parts. If the skeletal system help in movement, then they contain synovial joint. Synovial joint may be present in all of the body, different type. There are different types of synovial joint. For example, cup or socket, ball and socket joint भी कह सकते हैं, ball or socket joint. This is present in our shoulder. A one bone contains cup-like structure and other one is a ball-like structure. So this is called ball and socket joint. Second one is gliding joint. In our wrist, gliding joint may present one bone glides, or we can slide over each other. That is called gliding joint. Third one is hinge joint. This joint may be open only in one side. For example, in our elbow, in our knee. This is the hinge joint. Saddle joint. One bone glide, or we can say slide over each other all over the directions. For example, one is the concave shape and other one is convex. So carpal sliding joint, we can say that saddle joint. So there are many joints may be present which help in the locomotions, and the joint which help in the movement, that is called synovial joint. These are the different types of joints which found in body. If there is any malfunction occurs, then many disorders will take place in the body, just like as gout, arthritis, as well as rheumatics, rheumatoid जिसको कैसे होते हैं, bones, inflammation in bones. Clear?